I will show you how to unwrap a character. I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to go back into layout menu here. So we have this character here. I'll go back into UV editing. We'll select everything that the character has here, and we can see that it doesn't really have a layout for any of the parts here. So for laying out a character, I'm going to do several loop selections that I want to have marked as a seam. So we'll click on a loop right here, and I'll double click on that edge here, and it will loop all the way around the character like so. I'll right click and we'll mark seam. Next, I will select this edge here, and holding down Shift and then Control, I can do a loop selection right here and not have it loop all the way around the model. So it'll loop to a certain extent. I'll right click and mark seam. I'll do the next loop right here on the eyes. I will press G to do the last command for marking a seam, and it's marked the seam for me. I'll do the same here and press G to mark seam. And that's just doing last command, which was marking a seam. When I press G, now go here and I'll mark a seam for the hands. Trying to think the best way here. We can do this. Control, do Shift and Control, and do a selection like that. Right click, mark seam. Shift and Control. Right click, mark seam. I'm sure that was my last command. I could have done G. Now I'll do the pants. G, last command, do the inside seam and create a loop here. Shift Control, double click, right click, mark seam. I'll do the sole here, the shoe. And then probably the most complex part about this is probably going to be the hand. Let's kind of separate the palm and the top of the hand. Right click and mark seam. And we'll do the same thing on the other hand. Trying to get everything that we want. Okay, right click and mark seam. Now I'm going to select all the edges here, and we can see that it's laid it out for us automatically inside of here.